This Crick Buzz Chatter with Adam Collins and Michael Vaughan at Stumps on day one of the third and deciding test match between England and the West Indies. England are 2-5-8 for 4 at the close. They were inserted by Jason Holder at the toss. Ollie Pope outstanding, coupling with Jos Buttler for an unbeaten 136-run stand by the time that play was called a halt. And tonight, that was premature a fraction, Vaughnie, because a bad light. It's been a constant source of frustration for you personally.
Yeah, I mean, when's Test cricket going to learn? I mean, you had 4.2 overs remaining. The batters wanted to stay out there. You had a group of fielders that wanted to stay out there. No one looked like getting hurt. No one was misfielding the ball because they couldn't see it. And yet, we lost 4.2 overs of play. I just think Test cricket has eventually got to learn. T20 cricket would have carried on. 50-over cricket would have carried on. Test cricket needs to do something. They have to create the solution to make sure that we don't lose 4.2 overs on a day that England have ended up dominating. The partnership was 136, and all of a sudden you're strolling off the pitch. I just think Test cricket has to do something about that.
Yeah, I wonder where the pink ball may play a role in that solution at some stage. In terms of the play we did get, it was 122 for 4 when this pair came together. West Indies, after winning the toss and electing to bowl, they were on top. Kemar Roach outstanding at the start, picking up Ben Stokes later. And then the pressure was on the shoulders of Pope and Buttler, two men who haven't performed so far in the series. But Pope, he was class, 91 not out overnight.
Yeah, I think he's the best young England player that I've seen since Joe Root. He seems to have pretty much everything going for him. He's busy, plays well on the front foot, plays spin nicely, the paces nicely. He helped Jos Buttler, the senior partner in that partnership, because Buttler just needed time in the middle. He played very attritionally, played well with defence. I thought he found his balance with that front-footed movement. He kind of opened his front foot up better to give himself more of a chance to get access to the ball. But it was all about Ollie Pope, a young player, moved from 6 to 5 because England went without Zach Crawley, went with one less batsman. So when you look at that partnership, it was so pressurised because Woakes is to come next, Dom Bess number 8. And I really feel that the West Indies in that last session may have lost the series. I just thought they were all over the place. The tactics weren't right. You could argue that Jason Holder made the wrong call at the start of play, but his team were in the contest at 122 for 4. And whatever happened at tea time from a West Indies perspective, I've no idea what they ate, what they drank. But after tea in that last session, the ball travelled to all parts. The spinners weren't used anywhere near enough. When they came on, both batsmen were set, and then Buttler started to climb into Raheem Cornwall. So England will be delighted. They're well on top in the test match. That second new ball's just been taken. Very clearly, the West Indies are going to have to strike with a few in the morning to get back into the contest.
Yeah, it might seem like a strange person to ask about with the ball, but Roston Chase, so effective against England, barely used until deep into the day, immediately gets Burns again. He's got him 4 times in Test cricket in like 40 balls or something ridiculous between the pair, and doesn't get on again until the very end of play. They missed a trick there, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. He bowled his first over in the 46th over. When you think this is a guy that got 5 for just a few days ago on this pitch, tactically, I didn't think Jason Holder had a great day. I mean, you don't often say that about Jason Holder. He's an outstanding captain, great leader, but he just had an off day. He didn't quite get his tactics right. I thought he allowed the England batsmen to settle too freely. When Pope started to go, they were bowling both sides of the wicket, so as a captain, that's hard to set fields. But I just feel the West Indies have missed a trick. I just felt they had to win today. They had to, once they'd allowed England to bat first. You always say if you're going to put an opposition side in, you really do need more than 4 wickets by close of play. So England have had the better of the day because of particularly one young player in Ollie Pope. Can the West Indies get back into the contest? I don't think they can. I think they're going to rely on the weather. And as the umpires have just set the precedent, as soon as it gets a little bit gloomy, they'll be off. And in Manchester, you generally get a few clouds over the course of a few days. So it might be the one thing that saves them, the weather. But you'd have to say England have got their foot well and truly in front.
Yeah, and doubly frustrating for Holder considering their plan to Sibley worked in the very first over. Then they ran out Joe Root, which was a product of early pressure. So they've got work to do. All right, Vaughnie, let's go into the hot spot. In the hot spot, Jos Buttler, under immense pressure coming into this test match, had to go up to number 6, coming in at a tough time, but went on to post his first half century in 24 test innings, faced over 100 balls for the first time in 16 test innings. He's still there on 58 not out. He did go up the gears, but technically, what was different from Buttler today to last week?
Very simple. If you actually look at his front foot up until this innings was kind of going across the crease, so his head was going with it, and he was losing balance. And then when he was trying to access the ball on and around off stump with with the ball nipping back, he couldn't access the ball because his front foot was going this way. So what he did in this innings, he's kind of just moved his front foot around. He's kind of got his toes pointed more down the wicket, which gives yourself more access to get that head going back towards where the ball has come from. So technically he just moved his foot slightly. He's probably his mind as well. You just don't underestimate the move from 7 to 6. You suddenly start thinking about a top order player. Just that one move can sometimes just do the kind of world of good for you. He just stayed in. He played defensively for a while. He just waited for the bad ball. He played the test match way, which it allows you to do. So the longer game gives you that chance when you're out of form to just bat for a bit of time. I felt he did that, but I also feel that Ollie Pope helped him. The young player was busy, he was scoring, so he didn't really have to worry about the scoreboard. And it's always helping when you've got someone scoring at one end, when you're just trying to get yourself back into some kind of rhythm. So technically he was a lot better. He's got a big chance here to go and get the big score. 56 not out. Is it enough to keep him in the side for 10 test matches? No. But if he goes to get 150, you feel that he'll be in the test team for a long way in the future.
Pressing fast forward tomorrow, we often talk about the fourth session of a test match where a fielding side can drag it back with the second new ball, which the Windies have taken before the close, but it's crucial, isn't it? Having had a stinker of a session to finish tonight, they need to come out firing tomorrow.
Yeah, they have to get quick wickets. I guess the positive is they've got Chris Woakes to come in next. He's only faced one ball in the series. Dom Bess, again, he hasn't got too many runs, hasn't had to bat that often. And then you're down to Joffrey, Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson. So there's a little bit of glimmer. I just feel this session, the last session of day one, is going to be the session that you look back on and think, wait a minute, that's where the West Indies lost the test match. I don't think they can win from here, I'll be honest with you, but they can get a draw if the weather helps them here in Manchester.
Yes, let's hope there's no rain over the weekend, although unfortunately I'm almost certain there will be, looking at the radar. Regardless, we'll of course be on Crick Buzz all day long on the live blog and at Stumps Crick Buzz Chatter with Adam Collins and Michael Vaughan.